Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the Japanese myth of Kunizukuri, creation of the nation, and Kuni-yuzuri, surrender of the nation. It has been a long time since our last update on Japanese mythology. Recently, I suddenly remembered it again. The whole story has brought us to Okuni-nushi no Kami. With the help of his ancestor Sukuna-bikona no Kami, Okuni-nushi successfully drove away his brothers, the Yasogami, and began to establish his own country in the Izumo region of Japan. This country is called Ashihara no Nakatsukuni. In the world of Japanese mythology, the gods reside in the high plane of heaven, Takamagahara, while spirits, demons, and other evil entities live in the underworld realms like Yomi no Kuni and Nei no Kuni. Humans, on the other hand, live in the land between these realms, hence the name Ashihara no Nakatsukuni, which is also referred to as the land of the reed plains, or central country. Actually, this name represents the entire Japanese archipelago. Building a country, however, is no easy task. Okuni-nushi no Kami was diligent, working from morning to night, but the progress was slow due to the limited power of a single person. One day, while in the beautiful place of Miho in Izumo, Okuni-nushi saw a strange object floating on the sea from afar. When it got closer to the shore, he realized it was a boat made from the shell of a plant called a makomo. The plant produces a fruit with a shell that bursts open when it matures. The makomo boat was crafted from this shell. Sitting in the makomo boat was a small deity dressed in a goose feather coat. Some people believe that it was mistaken for a wild goose feather, as the makomo fruit is very small, about the size of a palm, so the god in the boat must also be small. Nevertheless, it could also be that the makomo in the heavens is different, much larger. Otherwise, why would it be called the heavenly makomo boat? Anyway, the point is that this deity was quite small. Okuni-nushi hurriedly approached and asked the deity's name, but the little god mischievously replied, "I'm not telling you." When Okuni-nushi asked his attendants, they also did not recognize the little god. What to do then? They at least needed to know who he was and why he had come. At this time, a small frog appeared, identified as Quebiko no Kami, the god of scarecrows. Quebiko no Kami said, "We can ask Kukunochi no Kami. He surely knows about this." Kukunochi no Kami was a scarecrow god, bound to the fields and unable to move, but he knew everything about the world, akin to a god of knowledge in mythological times. Okuni-nushi led a group to ask Kukunochi no Kami, who said, "This little deity is the child of Kamuhadakuchi no Kami, and his name is Sukuna-bikona no Kami." Upon hearing this, Okuni-nushi trembled with excitement. Kamuhadakuchi no Kami was one of the three deities of creation, a deity of the highest rank. His child would surely be a noble person. At this point, Sukuna-bikona no Kami stopped being mischievous and informed Okuni-nushi that he had been sent by Kamuhadakuchi no Kami to help him build Ashihara no Nakatsukuni. From then on, Okuni-nushi had a powerful helper. The two gods worked closely together, managing the country meticulously. For the sake of human and livestock life, they developed methods for treating diseases. To eliminate the calamities brought by birds, beasts, and insects, they invented magical incantations. Therefore, these two gods are often regarded as the gods of medicine and agriculture. Seeing his country gradually prosper, Okuni-nushi joyfully asked Sukuna-bikona no Kami, "Do you think we can build a great nation?" Sukuna-bikona no Kami replied, "Maybe we will, or maybe we won't." It turns out that Sukuna-bikona no Kami was naturally lively and playful. He did not wish to live a life of constant toil. He often told people around him that he was most suited to live in Nagusa no Kuni, a paradise independent of Takamagahara, Yomi no Kuni, Ne no Kuni, and Ashihara no Nakatsukuni. Here, people could become immortal, rejuvenate, and live forever without worries or troubles, enjoying everlasting happiness. We can simply understand it as the Buddhist concept of the Pure Land, the ideal realm of Avalon in Arthurian legend, or the paradise of Valinor in the demon world. Later, seeing that Ashihara no Nakatsukuni had already entered a stable phase, Sukuna Bikuna no Kami decided to sail alone to Nagusa no Kuni to retire. Some say that because he was so small, one day, while playing, he was carried to Nagusa no Kuni by a flying bird in the fields and never returned. After Sukuna Bikuna no Kami left, Okuninushi became very distressed. Although the country was thriving, there were still many places that needed development. He went to the seashore and sighed repeatedly, saying, "Who will help me build this nation now?" At that moment, a bright light appeared on the sea, getting closer and closer. Another god appeared before Okuninushi. Before Okuninushi could speak, the newcomer said, "I am your Ikimitama and Sakimitama, happy and miraculous soul. If you worship me properly, I can help you build your country. Otherwise, your endeavors will fail." In Japanese mythology, the soul of a god is divided into 4 spirits: Aramitama, violent spirit; Nijimitama, peaceful spirit; Ikimitama, happy spirit; and Sakimitama, miraculous spirit, each representing one of the 4 aspects of the divine spirit. Later, some theologians added the concept of tamashi, spirit, to form the theory of one spirit and 4 souls. Among them, Aramitama often causes wars and natural disasters because it is too fierce, while Nijimitama is very calm, loving, and humble. Ikimitama represents harvest and national fortune, while Sakimitama represents knowledge and miracles. Therefore, even just these 2 souls can build a good country. Many young people my age might have seen an anime called Inuyasha, where the 4 souls come from this idea. Okuninushi asked, "How should I worship you?" The visitor replied, "Enshrine me on Mount Miwa in Yamato Province, which is in today's Nara Prefecture, Japan." From then on, Ashihara no Nakatsukuni became a peaceful and prosperous country, and Okuninushi finally completed his task of building the nation. Ashihara no Nakatsukuni thrived, its prosperity so remarkable that even the gods in Takamagahara took notice. Amaterasu or Mikami pondered, "This Ashihara no Nakatsukuni looks pretty good. Why not take it?" So she sent her son, Amenohohi no Mikoto, to the mortal realm to take over Ashihara no Nakatsukuni. Amenohohi no Mikoto, a son born to Amaterasu by Susanoo no Mikoto, was dispatched. He descended to the floating bridge of heaven and looked down at Ashihara no Nakatsukuni. Although prosperous, it was also very noisy, filled with many evil spirits, demons, and even talking plants. The noise overwhelmed Amenohohi no Mikoto, who decided not to go there and return to Takamagahara, telling his mother, "It's too noisy down there. I can't stand it. Send someone else." Amaterasu Omikami thought, "No way. I am the principal goddess of Takamagahara. I can't let Ashihara no Nakatsukuni be uncontrolled. It would be disgraceful." She then allied with Takami Musubi no Kami, one of the 3 deities of creation, and gathered 8 million gods on the heavenly river to discuss who should be sent to subdue the lower world. The god of wisdom, Omoikane no Kami, suggested sending Ame no Wakahiko. Amaterasu Omikami agreed and immediately dispatched Ame no Wakahiko to the mortal realm. But once there, he did not return for 8 years. As it turns out, Ame no Wakahiko fell in love with Okuninushi's daughter, Shitateru Hime, and they got married, living a leisurely life. Amaterasu Omikami was furious, feeling betrayed by those she had sent. Seeing this, the gods decided that enough was enough. To bring order back to Ashihara no Nakatsukuni, they chose to send Takeminakata no Kami to deal with the situation, certain that this time the task would be completed successfully. Let's see how Amaterasu Omikami handles Ashihara no Nakatsukuni in the next chapter. See you next time. Bye-bye.